Okay, lesson 12, area of a sector. So we're still talking about circles here, but now we're talking about area. So we'll still have angle B be the central angle, but now we're talking about the area of this piece here. It's called sector ABC. So area of sector ABC. Okay, pretty similar formula to arc length. It's going to be the angle B over 360 times the area of the circle, which if you remember, we could say angle B over 360 times pi r squared, right? That was area of the circle. So either of those ways of setting it up will work depending on the problem. Okay, same idea. It's just a piece of the whole area, and it's this percent, right? Angle B out of 360. Okay, so here's number one. Do 3 examples here. Number one, got a circle, central angle of 120. Oops, that's angle B. And you're given that the radius is 6, and then it will say find the area of sector ABC. All right, so the area of sector ABC is what we're finding in this area. Okay, angle B is 120 over 360. Times that by, right here, pi r squared. So pi times 6 squared. Okay, reduce this fraction again. These always will reduce down to pretty nice fractions. 1/3 times 36 pi over 1 is what this is here. Multiply across 36 pi over 3. We're talking, reduce that down, 12 pi. This is centimeters squared because we're talking about area. All right, that's the area of just this part here. The whole circle area is 36 pi. So this piece, which is 1/3 of the circle, is 12 pi. So it's kind of obvious if you understand fractions. Number two, a little tougher. Let's say the area of the circle, of the whole circle, is 40 pi centimeters squared. And then area of sector ABC is only 5 pi. So we're going to try to figure out what's the measure of angle B. All right, so we kind of got to work backwards here. Same formula. Let's write it down. Area of sector ABC equals angle B over 360 times, they're giving us the area of the sector, so I'm just going to say area of sector here, since that's basically given in the problem. So the 40 pi goes here. Angle B is what we're trying to find. I'll call that X. The area of the sector was given as 5 pi. So that's the setup there, guys. They gave you the answer. You got to figure out the angle. Oops, I did that wrong. Frick. I screwed that up, guys. This is the area of the circle. 40 pi goes here. 5 pi is the answer. Okay. So that's our setup there. 5 pi, I'll rewrite it. 5 pi equals X over 360 times 40 pi. Okay. Again, you have some choices here. I think I would times by that 360 first. I feel like that's the easiest step to do first. Times each side by 360 to cancel that out. So you need to do 360 times 5. I'm going to keep it in terms of pi for now. Keep it easier. 360 times 5 is 1800. Pi equals X times 40 pi. Now you could just divide each side by 40 pi. And the pi's will cancel. This all cancels, right? Pi's cancel. 1800 divided by 40. Talking 45 degrees. Okay, so that central angle would be 45 degrees in that. All right, one more problem. Oops, can't use that. Let's see, this one's going to be finding the radius. So they'll give you a circle. They'll give you the central angle. Angle B is 135. And they'll tell you, this is AC. And they'll tell you the area of the sector. ABC is 15 pi. And then it'll say find the radius. Okay, always just go back to your formula. I mean, if you get totally lost, go back to your formula. Area of sector, ABC, angle B over 360 times, since we're trying to find R, it makes sense to put the pi r squared here. All right, plug in everything we know. Area of the sector, 15 pi. Angle B, 135. Radius was given, actually, let's see. Nope, we're trying to find the radius. That goes r squared. Okay, so that's this thing we're trying to solve here. Again, I would reduce that fraction first. I feel like that's always the best step to do. That's actually 3/8 times pi r squared. Probably divide, you could either times by 8/3 or you could divide by pi. I'm going to divide by the pi next just to cancel that out of there. So we got 15 equals 3/8 times r squared. Notice how these canceled out of there. And these also canceled out. To get rid of this 3/8, you times by 8/3, right? Remember, times by the reciprocal is how you cancel out a fraction. So this is all going to cancel, right? R squared equals, we got to do 8/3 times 15. Okay, 8 times 15 is 120 over 3. This is 40. So it's kind of a long problem. This one will say you can give your answer as a decimal. R is going to be the square root of 40, which is going to round to about 6.3 to the nearest 10. And that was the radius, so that's centimeters. Okay, that was quite a bit of work, show all the steps out, but you only got to do 1 or 2 of those, but you're basically working backwards to find the radius because you're given everything else. Okay, that's it, guys.